Believe it or not, God loves the drug dealer the same amount he loves the preacher. Now this is a hard fact to grasp because we have a mindset that the more we do for God, the more he loves us. Now to explain this in simple terms, imagine that God's love is a large river. You cannot change the direction of its flow or the strength of the current. The river is constant and unchanging. The only thing you can do is decide how far out into it you want to go. The further you go into it, the more you can feel it. See, the river hasn't changed, but your ability to feel it has. God doesn't love you more for the things you do, but you can feel God's love more by the things you do. When you faithfully go to church, when you pray and fast, when you practice holiness, you are stepping deeper into the river. Now today, it's the norm for people to consider just going ankle deep into God's love acceptable, because you go just far enough to feel God, but you can still remain in control. You go to church, have your Get Into Heaven card stamped, and you don't have to give up anything. But God never called anyone to stay on the banks. He calls us to go deeper, because when you remain on the banks, you control the destination. But when you go out, the current controls the destination. And when God is in control, you find the fulfillment and joy you've been searching for and would have never gotten if you just stayed on the bank. Now to see this in action from the Bible, we can simply take a look at the parable that Jesus taught about the prodigal son. As we know, the one son takes his inheritance and leaves. He ends up losing it all and becomes a swineherd, which is someone that takes care of pigs. Now through Jewish law, this was forbidden as pigs were considered unclean. So in short, the son lost his inheritance, and because he was in violation of the law, he also lost his salvation. But notice when the son comes home, broken, dirty, and spiritually lost, his father is there with open arms and takes him in. See, the father's love never changed. The only thing that changed was the son's proximity to it. So to the Christians out there, step back and examine your life. Are there areas where you can improve and things that you can give up that will help take you to that deeper place with God? If so, go for it. Don't worry about anyone else. After all, they cannot fulfill you like God can. Don't be a Christian that just stays on the bank. You were created for more. If you just stay on the bank, you're going to miss out and you will never reach your full potential. Now to the unbeliever or person who's walked away from God, don't ever think you've done too much wrong for God's love. He loves you more than you could ever do wrong. I know this is a hard concept to grasp, but that is because we think about it from our cultural perspective. People make judgments and show love based on someone's past. God doesn't. God shows love, not based on our past or our future. God just shows love. So it doesn't matter who you are or what you've done. God is standing there with his arms open like the prodigal's father, just waiting for you to come to him.